Hi guys, my name's Rob and I write for the Pirate Pie Review blog at www.pirate.co.uk, and right now we're going to answer 10 questions so you can grill a Pierateer. The question number 1 is from Nick and he asks, chips or mashed potato? Nick, you realise it's pie rate, not potato rate. So basically he wants to know what would I have with my pie. First option is obviously a second pie, but if there isn't a second pie available, I know that mash is traditional, pie and mash, but actually I prefer chips. Question number 2 is from Peter and he says, what is hot water pastry? Just to ask my mate Paul. Paul? Basically, as you'll probably know from making pastry if you do it yourself, often the key is to actually have cold hands, cold pastry. Hot water pastry is particularly unique to pork pies and similar flavour pies like that. The key is to use hot water and that just creates a slightly different flavour to your pastry. So, thanks Paul. Emma asks a classic question, what is our favourite pie filling? So for me personally, and I think if you've looked on the list of over 500 pies on our pie rankings, you'll see it's really near the top. The classic steak and gravy filling, particularly a good old steak and ale or steak and Guinness. So Graham asks, where do we see our blog in about 5 years' time? And how many pies do we think we'll have rated by then? What a massive question that is. Even a year ago I couldn't really believe that we would have been on the BBC Sport website, we would have been on the British Bake Off, Extra Slice, we would have been on Rip Off Britain. Trying to think 5 years down the line is quite tricky, but I guess kind of there's a couple of things that I hope to achieve really from the Pirate blog in the next few years. Checking out lots of different pies up and down the country. I'd love to try and get to 1,000 in the next 5 years. The other thing is thinking about new countries and new places that we've never eaten pies before. One place I'd really like to go and visit is America. So if there's any TV producers out there who are watching this video, love to do Pirate tours America. Question number 5 is from Emily and she says, if I were to have a pie for every meal, what would I have for my breakfast pie? Well, there's actually quite a growing number of pie producers who seem to be doing a full English breakfast, and we love that idea. And one of the best ones that we've had, and the highest rated one on our blog so far, is from a Scottish company called Simple Simon's Pies. Okay, the question from John is a bit gory. Have we ever seen a pie made from the slaughter of the animal through to the serving plate? And the answer to that is unfortunately we haven't, although it sounds like a great idea and a great article. So I have seen a cow butchered before as part of a beer and butcher's night, but unfortunately that didn't turn into a pie. There's a classic question from No-G, who are gluten-free pie makers. They say, if I was a pie, what pie would I be? Definitely would be a meat pie, there's no doubt about that. And I do love my gravy. Probably if I was thinking what type of meat, I'd be thinking something a bit random, a bit quirky like I am. So let's go for a venison and gravy pie. So Mitch has asked, what's the weirdest pie that I've ever eaten? Probably the weirdest one that I've had is a horse pie, which I had to make myself because they don't seem to actually be available in the shops. Pierateer Sam has eaten a crocodile pie and that was really highly rated. And Pierateer Tim actually made a python, which is a python meat pie. Didn't really enjoy it, but great effort in making that one. Laura, who writes the Full to the Brum blog, she asks, is there any food substance I think shouldn't be in a pie? The beauty of the pie is that you can put pretty much anything in there and encase it in pastry. But there are definitely some meats that I would be not really willing to try. Things like dog and cat, which are obviously eaten in some places in the world. I don't think I could probably eat them in a pie. So the last question is from Amanda, and she says, would I rather never be allowed to eat a pie again, or never talk about them again? Can I just... Cool, well I hope you found that interesting. We'd love to get some more questions from you, and hopefully do another Grill a Pierateer soon.